Ding!
Yeah. Okay, yeah, guys. So basically, just to we're just going to give an update on the Edmonton event that everyone's bought into. Just kind of how the communication's going to go, how you're going to get leads, what to do after you get them, what do you need to do, what do you not need to do, and all that kind of stuff, and we'll answer some basic questions. So just to start off, I'll just throw a couple of things right off the bat. We have the chat role inside Facebook. Throughout the event, I'll be updating in their stats of, we like to just kind of give updates throughout the day to the team of, oh, well, we got 30 in the first hour, or we got, now we're at 150, or we're at 200, or whatever it is, right, throughout the day. We post that all the time. So you guys will kind of get live updates. Now, those leads don't automatically go right into your links. The way Ken has the system set up, we have a rotator that is under the web address cashbackonline.ca. And what he's done is he's taken all your guys' links and put them in that rotator. And then what will happen is if anyone just looks at the booth, or they get one of the cards that we hang out during the event, or any of that kind of stuff, they go into the rotator and they'll be evenly distributed throughout the team. Now, if someone skips or backs out or whatever, it's going to skip over a person. That's not a big deal. But all of the we gather their information manually when we have one-on-one conversations, and that will be entered manually each night or throughout the day. And then we'll post to each person, hey, I just sent you 10 free customers, or I just sent you, 25 free customers, or something like that. Okay, so we'll keep you guys updated in the group, and then throughout the group. If no one is, if you're in the group and you haven't friended me on Facebook, that'll just make it easier for me to message you. So if you want to do that, that would be great. And then, yeah, I can give you guys the group updates of what kind of volume we're looking at, how it's going, good or bad, whatever. We just like to keep people updated. We'll take some pictures as we're going along and stuff. And then as we get time to manually input the information, then we'll get those in, and we'll message each person to make sure that you guys get the allotted amount. Right now, we're looking at a pretty high volume event. So we're probably, for the 6 of you, we looked at, okay, well, it's a minimum of 40 customers, right? But we're looking, it's probably going to be higher than that. We're going to throw in some extra because it's going to be a high volume event. But just we put a small minimum number just so people understand they're going to get a minimum, but you're going to get more than that. And these are going to be people, like we said, it's not cold traffic where you're buying a solo ad and they're looking at a stagnant page that has nothing to do with you. These are face-to-face conversations that we're having and explaining to people that, they walk up to the booth and I'm like, well, here, we're giving away free memberships. This is going to save you money. 50% of the people we talk to know what Ebates is, right? And I don't know if that's in the States or not, but people know what it is, and we give them a clear description of the directions they need to do to activate their accounts and all that kind of stuff, right? So these are one-on-one conversation leads where I've face-to-face had a personal conversation, or Ken has in the past. It'll be me this weekend, but we've had a face-to-face explanation of exactly what's going on. So I'll update in the Facebook group. We'll make sure that we individually add leads to everyone's account, so it's not like one person's links getting skipped over a bunch of times and one person gets 50 and one person gets like 39 or whatever, right? So, but there will be random traffic, like I said, coming through the business cards and coming through the backboard that says bigcashbackonline.ca and stuff. So there will be some random traffic going through there, and like I said, Ken will have everybody's links and stuff set up in there for the following week till we start the next event, right? So if there's any trickle down afterwards, it'll all go into that rotator, right?
Just real quick.
Yep.
So we need to, because you guys are going to do some giveaways, obviously, on Spin the Wheel for the $99 vouchers, and we all obviously have some vouchers to give away. So how is that? Do we all need to give you 1 or 2 vouchers, or
so
how is that
that's
going
a
to
good
work?
point. I forgot about that part. So If you basically each person who sees this in your group, if you want to give me a list, even just send me a message in the chat roll and let me know how many vouchers you want to give away. Okay, you don't have to give me all your vouchers. Our team said, here, this is all I have, give them away. And we kind of have a way to do that. I'll be honest, I don't know if I'm going to run the spin the wheel. I'm probably going to set it up. But what I like to do is when someone's talking to me and they're like, yeah, I shop online a lot. If I get that right away, I just give them a VIP, right? Because if someone's VIP and they're a big online shopper, you're going to give them a big discount. It's a massive incentive for them to get in and activate their portal right away, right? And if it saves them money, then they're going to be one of your repeat customers, right? So that's kind of how I've been doing it.
DJ, Mom, Cindy, you guys all have some vouchers to give away. I mean, we don't have to use them all, but I mean, I have like 10.
Yeah.
Yeah, I got 10 or 12 or so. I'll give away 5 or so.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. I have 5 or 6 too.
Yeah. I got some also.
Yeah.
So all right, so maybe maybe everyone just gives 5. There's 6 of us, so there's 30 VIP vouchers that we can give away. And obviously, you use your own discretion at who do you feel is obviously a big spender. I mean, and we can't hold you to it because you're going to make a quick decision on that. But at this point, we have vouchers that aren't being used. So,
well, here's what our team has done is we've given people the motivation to activate their accounts. That if they don't activate them within a week, the VIP voucher gets rescinded. Right?
Okay.
So we've given away VIP vouchers in the past in the last few events, and we've just told people, okay, if they don't activate them in 7 days, take them back. Right? Because you can just cancel them, right? And then you get to keep your vouchers.
So everyone then here, just because there's a few people that obviously aren't on here.
Yeah.
Everyone private message Rob after this and let him know how many VIP vouchers you have. And then that's all we need to give you, and then you'll just let us know, right?
Yeah.
Because we're going to have to send it through our own back office, correct?
Yeah, so what has to happen in the process is before you can send them a VIP voucher, they have to be registered as a free customer. Okay?
Okay, so walk me through the process. So you meet me, I'm a big spender. You say, okay, here, I'm just going to give you a $99 voucher. I fill out a card. Like, how's that going to work?
Well, we take their hard information on paper, whether they're a free customer or a VIP. So if they're a VIP, what I do is I just write VIP on it, and then when I'm processing all those entries and dividing them up between everyone, I have a separate stack of VIPs, and then I divide those up into everyone that's giving out vouchers.
Okay, so that will all happen post-event.
Yeah, well, yeah, or daily, nightly. Like, I might have someone sitting in the back of the booth processing it as we're going through the day. I might do it at the end of the night in a hotel room. I might do it at the end of the weekend. We don't do the draw till like a day or two after, just to make sure everyone has a chance to activate accounts and stuff, right? So.
Okay, so we all just, again, everyone after this call, message you.
Yep.
Ryan, Jessica, and I'm not sure who else is doing this. Just make sure you private message Rob and let him know how many VIP vouchers you want to give away. So.
Yeah.
Okay.
And so as part of our process, we're starting to work in towards, we've been concentrating on the customer side, guys. So we have no idea if there's going to be BA conversations. We have some stuff on the booth that is geared towards that. We haven't converted a BA yet. In the first event, we didn't really have anything. We've had a bunch of conversations. We have a few possibles from our last events, but we've been concentrating on the customer side because it's basically, if you can get a whole bunch of customers, some of them are going to go VIP, some of them are going to want to know about a business, right, and those kinds of things. But we're starting to work more techniques through the scripts and through some of the stuff sitting there towards BA conversations and different stuff like that. I mean, the long-term money in this business, you can never sign up a BA and who cares? To be honest, like, network marketers like Aaron Parker and a bunch of those guys, they love to build teams, and that makes money, don't get me wrong, but it's a one-time payout. You could have one customer make you more money than any BA you ever sign up, right? So it's the long-term play is customers, so that's where we started. And where we're in on our development process and tweaking conversions is we've gotten really good at getting a lot of customers in. Now we're starting to work in a few more conversations about the other stuff. A couple of things I might start doing that we haven't been is everybody's got like a couple hundred or 100 30-day trials of the VIP and stuff like that. We might start experimenting with those. Because there's a ton of those.
I got a shit ton of those.
Yeah, exactly. So we haven't even utilized those. We haven't even started that. This is a very involved process. Ken spent months before I even moved here to get this stuff going. So it's been, we just started from the most important part, getting the highest volume of people involved in the process as we could, and now we're progressing from there and tweaking, and we've increased the conversions on the free customer side. We think we have that pretty much nailed. So now we're just tweaking the process lightly to incorporate the rest of it, right? And part of getting the VIPs might be handing out a shit ton of those, 30-day trials, right? So.
Right.
But that's still split testing.
So can you just real quick talk about your previous 3 events? What were the size of those events? How many customers did you guys sign up? Because obviously you guys have progressed and gotten more and more each event. And then what the size of this event is and how many days is it?
So the events we've done, we didn't get the door, the attendance on the last event. We're assuming it's less than 15 grand. It was supposed to be 25,000 people. A lot of the other vendors and stuff were disappointed. But basically the 3 events we have that we've been in have been between 9,000 and 12,000 people approximately. The first event, like I said, our conversions weren't great, but we've tweaked a few things. We're hitting about 3% of the door, okay? So now that's 3% of every single person that walks in that door we're getting information on, right? So that's out of like 12,000 people. Well, now we're looking at an event where they say there's 60,000 people walking through the door, right? So that gives you 1,800 conversions. Now, do we have the capacity to process that many people at a time? Are there going to be a lot of people that walk by? What are we might land at 700, right? We could land at 3,000. We don't know, right? So every event has kind of been a little bit different for different aspects. I have a few ideas on this one to increase the amount of people we can catch at a time. I'm putting a couple different tables out so that we can have multiple people sign up at a time, not just like 2. So that's.
And you're gonna hire 2 or 3 people to help you on this one? I mean, how many people are you bringing on?
I have a couple people hired. I have a few friends in Edmonton, and friends of friends. I'm actually looking at hiring maybe 1 or 2 more. I set out a whole shift schedule, right? That would basically, on Thursday and Sunday, I just needed 1 person, and then Friday and Saturday 2, right? It's only a 10 by 10 booth. You can't have more than 3 people. And when you have 3, one's going to be standing in the hallway anyway, right? So it's a bit of a tight fit. I think on these bigger events, I think we'll learn on this event that we need to do a bigger booth. On a bigger event, the problem is it doubles the cost of everything. I mean, this little 10 by 10 booth was, more than a few $1,000s, right? Just to book the booth. So it's, but yeah, so that's what we're looking at. We've averaged it out. It's around, like I said, about 3% of the door is kind of what we've been looking at. So we're hoping to hit that again. But this being a massive event, we don't know how that's going to factor in. We have a corner booth, which is nicer than the inline booths we've had before. It should create more traffic, but we're also in a wing that they've never used before. They've never used the full wing before, but it's full. I think there might only be 1 or 2 empty spaces. So there's, and the guys that I've talked to that have been in this industry for, 20 years in the last few events said it doesn't matter where you are in Edmonton, you're going to be busy. He said the hallways are packed and you're slammed. So
cool.
So it looks good that way. So yeah, we've taken steps to get some staff in there, and we've taken steps. I've thought about, like I said, having a bigger area for people to be able to get us their information, right? So
cool.
Yeah. So that's the plan. I mean, we're hoping for some good conversions. I'm really hoping that. I know we'll do 50 plus per person, but I can't guarantee it's going to be anything more than that, right?
But you
So.
can guarantee us 500 a person. All right. Well, so I know we want to try to keep this short and sweet. Do you guys? I mean, I know a lot more about this just because I've been, in communication with Ken and Rob quite a bit. But any of you guys have any questions? DJ, Mom, Cindy?
I don't have anything really. The main thing is I was going to ask was we're basically looking at just free customers. No, not really any VIPs.
So what we did is we concentrated on getting people's information, and you know what? Out of they say 1 in every 10 free customers going to go VIP. Now that might not happen right away, right? It might be 1 in 10 activations. I'm not sure. Like I said, we're having more conversations about the VIP. Now that we've kind of got our scripts down and we've got our process down, we can have lots of conversations. So we can't guarantee any conversions on VIPs. If there's any, there's probably not going to be a lot right off the bat. But we really believe that over a few months, these people, when they start to actually use the portal a little bit, you'll start seeing some upgrades. It's just not something you can track immediately, right? I think it's going to be a bit of a delayed conversion on that one. But
and also too, you guys, Doobly is now they're doing they've really vamped up their communication with customers and especially for free customers. So anytime someone makes a purchase as a free customer, you guys don't know because you're not a free customer, but they are reminded, by the way, you're about ready to, you can get 2%, but you can get an additional 8% by going VIP. Doobly statistics have said, from what I've heard, and I have no idea how accurate it is, but about 75% of free customers eventually will upgrade to VIP. That number could be ridiculously high, low. That could be over 6 months, 12 months, who knows, but as you guys have seen, every time that you have cash back available, every time you make a purchase, they send you emails. So they're doing a lot more communication with customers to let them know about this product and reminding them, hey, you have this portal and all that. So, Rob, I mean, have you heard any different or?
No, I hadn't heard those. I hadn't even heard those stats. Honestly, I just know the more customers we can put in, the more are going to convert. I'll be honest, guys. I barely know the comp plan. I don't know details. I don't pay attention to details. There's lots of people that are good at that stuff, that do that stuff. I just go out and get more. I just know if I have more people, I'm going to get more conversions. So that's my biggest mission is I'll produce and everybody else can sort out the details. But no, I hadn't heard that.
I totally agree. But Doobly has really done a good job, and they have they still got a ways to go.
Yeah.
But the more communication, I mean, they understand. Believe me, when we're especially with WooCar and all these other teams that are driving traffic to free customers, we have to rely on Doobly to do those conversions by having a good system. Especially when the app comes out, whenever that is this year. I mean, all those things will help us. Organically just convert from a free to a VIP without us having to pick up the phone. But
and we can't. Here's the thing. That's a good point. Sorry, I don't mean to interrupt, but I got to say this while I'm thinking about it. You will not get the email of your free customers. You will not be able to contact them. Yeah, you won't be able to market to them, even though we get their emails on all the slips. When we're having face-to-face conversations, the majority of the people don't want to receive emails. Right now, we've just changed our process to ask people if they want to be marketed to, and if they do, then we will notify that. But in the past events, we've told people we're not marketing to them. Now, if we send you a name and an email to send a voucher, you can't put them in your emailing list. You can't start blasting them with emails every day. This is just part of the agreement we've done with people face to face. So just everyone's got to be clear on that. Even if we send you a name and email, you can't stick them in your Aweber or something like that. But like I said, that's another tweak we've done is we've started to ask people if they do want to be marketed to, if they do want more information on how to save money or how to whatever, right? Then they will. It's basically like them opting in, but the majority of the people don't want to receive emails. And when I do my little spiel, I make sure they understand they're going to get one email from Doobly to set up their free account. I don't even email them, and so.
But Doobly will email them though, because they'll be part of
Absolutely.
Doobly's mass communication.
Yeah, Doobly is definitely contacting them. They are taking care of that conversion process for you. As a corporation, they are trying to get people to upgrade because it's better for them, it's better for us, it's better for everybody, right? So that marketing is taken care of for you, so you don't need to do it. But yeah, once we do the draws, once we do the we get the information and stuff, we just we toss all the emails because we've told people to their face that we're not going to market to them and stuff. So
good.
Yeah.
You guys, Mom, Cindy, any questions?
I don't have any.
Nope, I don't either. It sounds like a great opportunity.
Thank you for all your work.
Okay. Yeah, I can't think of anything else, Rob.
Yeah.
Do you have anything else you want to share?
Well, no, I mean we're not gonna dive into the hows and twos and stuff. It's just I'll be communicating throughout the day constantly. You guys can message as many times as you want in that chat role. Ask questions, whatever, and when I get a minute and I get a chance, I can answer them or whatever. And then you're gonna get notifications that you got customers. You're gonna see them in your Doobly back office, and whether that happens throughout the day or at the end of the night, it's just gonna roll, guys. We're going in. Like I said, this is the biggest event. It's the most hours. It's over 4 days, so it's Thursday 12 to 9, Friday 12 to 9, Saturdays. Oh, what's Saturday? Saturday's like 10 a.m. to 9 p.m. and then Sunday's like 10 to 5, right? So
that's awesome.
Yeah, I'm assuming that with the help that I have, we can get a ton of conversions, but I probably won't get all the information, all the free customers put into the system till sometime on Monday.
I hope it takes you all day Monday, all day Tuesday to log all those free customers.
Yeah, we could have a pretty crazy day on Monday. So.
Okay, so just a couple things real quick, guys. So again, call to action, or not call to action, but you guys all need to private message or friend Rob McKay, and also if you want to Ken Faminoff.
Yeah.
We all need to private message Rob here, let him know how many VIP customers that you guys want to give away for the event. It's however many you guys want. And then make sure that to check the chat role. Is the chat role just going to be the same Facebook message group that we already currently have, or is it a different one?
No, I'll just roll in that one. Everybody's in there, so I'll just update you guys there.
Okay. All right, so we'll do that, and then they'll give us updates and ask questions, and they'll post pictures and videos and stuff. I've been watching the last few, and it's been awesome. I mean, it's a learning curve for everyone, and but honestly, I thank both you and Ken for giving me the opportunity to share it with our team. I know you guys didn't have to do that and scramble to get a few people, and we know it's an expensive event, but we definitely, I mean, there's nothing better than a face-to-face conversation.
Yeah.
So,
yeah.
I mean, that's going to go from a cold lead straight to a warm to even a hot lead every now and then. So.
Yeah, and that's the thing, guys, is you're going to get, 50, 60 conversions or whatever out of this. And, I mean, we'll see where we land. Not every single one of those people is going to even activate, right? But like I said, we have that conversation with them. And you're going to get a certain amount of conversions, and you're going to get a certain amount of people that, like you say, are hot leads. They're going to be active. They're going to be in there doing stuff. And I mean, you just look in the back office of anyone that shops in there, and just your commissions on that add up so quick. So it's just a numbers game, and we've figured out how to get lots of numbers in there. So from there, it's just tweaking the process to be more efficient every time we do.
Right. Cool. Well, we're pumped to hear the results, and yeah, man, thanks again, and good luck. Crush it. safe travels out there. You said it's about 3 hours away?
Yeah, it's a straight highway from Calgary straight north. It's like 3 lanes, 110K. So it's 110K an hour. It's nice. And the snow's all pretty much melted. It snowed the other day, but snow's pretty much
You'll have to translate 110K to MPH.
Oh, it's because what is 55 miles is 90. So it's got to be like whatever, like 65, 70 miles an hour speed limit.
110K sounds so much faster.
Yeah, it's just a straight highway. So
yeah,
it's
cool.
It's an easy drive.
Right on. Well, thanks again. We appreciate it. Good luck and crush it, and look forward to hearing all the results.
Awesome. Thanks a lot, guys. Thanks for jumping in on this, and I will be in touch.
All right.
Thanks, Rob.
Thank
Thank you, Rob.
Okay.
Thanks.
Talk soon.
Bye.